All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to Game 2 between Frobber and Cutie as part of the Super Metroid Triple Bingo Tournament. Once again, I'm Glove, joined by Derp.
I need to just call the runners something different than you. I need to say Arc and Beefy.
Yeah,
Just make things as confusing as possible.
I love when like the commentators will use like a runner's like old username and it's not what's reflected on the screen at all. That's the correct amount of confusion.
Just to be clear, you're definitely talking about Sephi, right?
Mostly, yeah. There are a couple other runners that I guess fit into that.
Yeah, shoutouts to Scotty McBody, old runner. He used to change his name a lot. Don't know if he's really running the game anymore.
Yeah, I know Cutie is like QWERTY on some stuff.
Yeah, because he used to go by QWERTY, or that's his YouTube handle, I know that.
Yeah, YouTube, SRL.
I don't know. I know he's told stories about the old SRL group he had with like Ashdar back when he was going by Elminster. And I think Cosmic was in that as well. Mario Runner. But enough about Cutie knowing cool people.
Wait, Elminster and Ashdar are the same person?
Yep.
Huh.
The more you know.
I learned something new.
Yeah, we got a race game 2.
Yeah, let's look at the card.
Series.
Skip High Jump Boot's favorite tile to see. It's basically a worthless item.
We'll see how the runners feel about that one.
If I can find any way to avoid skipping High Jump Boots, I want to go for it pretty much. It's even when you feel like it's not going to be that big of a deal, I feel like it comes back to bite you.
Yeah. Fortunately, or I guess unfortunately, actually, Skip High Jump is on a diagonal, so it locks out 3 tiles if you're planning on getting High Jump. But fortunately, one of those lines, the TLBR, has a lot of weird stuff, a lot of lower Norfair with Criteria Missile Collection.
Yeah,
and skipping High Jump.
That line is why? No, that's the Dabro.
Is it? What is the Dabro on this card?
Row 4 is pretty bad.
Column 2. It's 100% column 2.
Oh yeah. Oh god. This card has a lot of dead rows.
Yeah, this is like, I think this might be worse than the last card we got. There's a lot of conflicting tiles all over the place.
Like all 4 Criteria missiles in the middle tile is already not great.
Not great indeed. So we'll see what the runners decide.
What are you doing on this card?
Well, if they're skipping charge, hopefully they remember to do it this time. Captain.
Yeah. Is this gonna be one of those whack cards where like you can't avoid doing only one of LN or Meridia? Or like you can't only do one of them?
I don't think so, but I think you're going to have to do a lot in Norfair and in Meridia.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That finish in Spore Spawn tile as well is really awkward, considering you want to be finished late in the game, either deep in Meridia or deep in Lower Norfair. So having to go all the way back to Spore Spawn is not really viable. So that locks out another 2 rows. Or 2 lines.
Yeah, finish in X-ray scope suffers many of the same issues.
Yeah, absolutely. It's at least a little bit more central, and it's not. I guess you don't actually have to fight Spore Spawn to finish in the room. I'm not sure. This is a rough tile. The one positive is that there's not a whole lot of collection outside of the 40 powerbomb tile in column 1 row
Yeah.
4.
But the collection that is here is
Actually, this whole bottom left 4 tiles are all, or I guess 3 of them are like 3 really heavy collection tiles, but the rest of it's not too bad.
Yeah.
You could argue 80 tanks is a little rough, but it's not the worst thing ever if you're planning on doing a Brimstar loop.
8 E-tanks is, I think, kind of the max that you can collect and not feel like too upset about having to do it. Like, I think Duck has said for Fantoon first, 8 is pretty much the max you can do without doing some really awkward stuff.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, Cutie not having the mistake where he had to farm health in the fly room is off to a better start, for whatever that's worth.
Yeah, and BFrobber unfortunately takes a hit in the opener.
Yeah, it looks like he got much better missile drops despite taking the hit, though. So both runners having less disastrous early games. Not that either of them were really that bad in game 1, but they're even better now. So runners are warmed up; they're ready to go.
What a tragedy having 450 bombs times.
Truly, both these runners are washed up. But yeah, there's nothing on this card is jumping out to me.
Yeah.
I will not lie.
This is the kind of card where I like to sit back and wait for a couple of tiles to light up and then try and figure out what the runners are doing.
I think I will do the same thing. One thing that I actually don't think is skippable on this card is Croc. I think basically no matter what you're doing, I think you're doing Croc.
Yeah, but I was kind of looking at that.
It's not even like it's super unavoidable. It's just all the tiles or all the lines that aren't awful have Crocomire. Even then, I guess the defeat Crocomire, both the lines connected to it are kind of awkward. But if you're willing to skip high jump, it's not the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
You know, you pair it with the spring ball and skip ice, and you're picking up grapple anyways, most likely. It's not great, but it's not awful.
Column 4 is not terrible.
Column 4 is really nice if you're okay doing Meridia. It's just, what do you pair with it?
Yeah.
I guess you could pair like a column 3 with a Brimstar loop. Or, well, yeah. I'm not sure. Like column 3, row 5. Maybe. I haven't looked at it too much. I'm sure that's not as good as it seems, but I'm not seeing a whole lot else. I can't lie. Cutie once again picking up the charge beam.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't think either of the lines with it are especially desirable.
Yeah, column 1 is another potential dab row, honestly. It's quite annoying to get 40 power bombs. There's no nice way to route it.
Yeah. And then row 3.
Row 3 is alright.
Yeah, it's okay.
Looks like neither runner going for it, but it wouldn't be the worst option.
Especially if you're already doing column 4. So you're already collecting plasma.
Yeah, that could have been another potential pair with column 4, column 5. Although doing Crocomire without charge is a little awkward. It's not bad per se, but it can feel bad, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it can get ugly if you forget to farm up or something beforehand and if you run into a point where you run out of ammo against Croc and you don't have charge, you can complete the fight, but you're in a world of hurt. You can easily lose multiple minutes to that.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the Super Metroid Impossible Croc fight, where you have like 5 missiles fighting Croc or something ridiculous. I think it's more than that, but it's not much more than that.
I love this Fantoon first movement from Cutie here.
Ah, you jinxed him. He messed up the HBJ.
So sorry.
It's okay. Now he gets the backup CWJ, and we get to see it. There we go. Look at that.
Nice.
So we got both runners going up to the wrecked ship.
Yeah, I think this is
behind, but not much.
I think you would generally expect to see this.
I wonder if you're willing to go ship first. I wonder if you're more likely to skip high jump. Because you're already
yeah, I would
doing
say
a
yes.
pretty significant segment of the game without high jump. I wonder if that was a CWJ potential jump from Beefy. He didn't actually line up with the door, but it looked like he was very close to the lineup you want for CWJ. I'm not sure if it would have worked out though.
Yeah, I mean, like skip high jump is always miserable. But like I think crate first route, you know, high jump is one of the benefits that you do receive from doing crate first. So without that, you're pretty much just doing it for Varia and speed.
I mean, skipping high jump is definitely miserable, but it's actually not that slow if you're comfortable with the movement.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what you're doing, like, for some stuff, obviously, you're doing some god-awful IBJs.
Yeah.
Like, if you have to say, skip high jump and fight GT, that's pretty miserable.
Well, if you're also skipping speed,
yeah,
that is not the most fun. I think that was a 2-round for Cutie.
Yeah, that was a really nice Fantoon. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be interested to see if either of the runners pick up high jump. Normally, I would be inclined to say that at least one of them will probably pick up high jump. But your options are already extremely limited on this card.
I think we're going to see very similar routes from both runners.
Mm-hmm.
We did see both runners pick up the first wreck ship missile. So I assume they're both going for that. And because of that, I would assume they're both going for column 4, which is a little bit nicer than row 1. It is possible that they're doing row 1. It's not the worst ever, but spring ball plus a lower nor for a dive is a little awkward.
Yeah.
Still not too bad, especially if they're getting, because they would have to get grapple with Croc. And
yeah, you know, I don't hate
Croc
that.
into LN is not actually too bad.
Yeah, I think that's not. Though. I think row 1 column 4 is perfectly fine.
Yeah, you pair that with column 5.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you can see some other way to do it and not skip high jump, then all power to you. By you, I mean either runner. I think they're both watching the restream. I know Cutie is.
Yeah. Yeah, shoutouts to Cutie for typing in chat during the race. I'll do that for just like regular vanilla races, but bingo that's too much thinking.
I don't like watching the restream in bingo. I don't.
Mm-hmm. I think you don't get too much from it generally.
You don't get too much from it. I'm not a fan of it being allowed in general, but that's a topic for another time. Definitely aren't getting too much from it. Beefy is not in a great spot here in this fight.
Yeah, unfortunately, he spent a long time farming and only getting missiles.
Yeah, he's unfortunately with his current health can only take one hit, and these flames are
Oh, there it
not being
is.
kind to him. There's a small health right there. Not able to get it though.
Okay,
All
he's
right,
fine.
there we go.
Yep. Well, okay. If he can get to that big health before it despawns, he can.
I don't think he's
Well,
getting to it.
oh, it's
There's another
seeming
one,
a bit Sisyphean at this point. Okay, now he can take 2 hits and survive.
Yeah, that's what he was aiming for, and he should be able to actually finish off the
Oh,
fight. Oh,
nice. Oh,
it's okay. He has charge beam. He's
yeah.
probably 1 missile short. Just take 1 hit, but should be fine. Hopefully Phantom gives it fast, which of course
Never.
it doesn't. Never, except for last race. So
There it
Cutie
is.
did pick up the... I think he picked up the missile in Attic, and so that'll give him that tile.
Yeah, really unfortunate for Beefy there. I mean, the best thing you can do at this point is just shake it off, try and forget that happened, and just keep going with what you were doing. But of course, that is much easier said than done.
Beefy going to the map station? Is that a tile?
Yes. Column 4, row 5.
Okay, and we didn't see Cutie get that, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Row 5 could potentially be something.
Well, what
And
I'm
column
thinking is that...
4
Oh
is
yeah,
really
Cutie's
good.
going back for it. I figured as much.
Yeah. Yeah, because, yeah, column 4 is really good compared to everything else on this card. So I think that's one of those things where, yeah, you know, like Cutie's doing, you just take your lumps and go back for it.
Yeah, some any percent muscle memory going up the main shaft. You know, it happens to the best of us sometimes. Especially
Yeah.
this map station in particular, I think. Because Criteria map is another muscle memory one, but generally it's earlier in the game, so you're more cognizant of what your goals are.
Yeah.
But the wreck ship map is deep enough into the game where it's really easy to just run by it.
Yeah, and with Criteria map, you always have at least 2 chances, you know, before and after BT to get it.
Yeah, I mean, technically you do with wreck ship map before and after Fantoon.
That's true, yeah.
If you don't, then you're doing the long trek back into the ship that Cutie had to do. Fortunately, a little fun fact, the conveyors at the beginning of Wreck Ship in that long hallway will always go towards the way you, or go away from the way you entered the room. So it'll always speed you up, basically. Which is a little neat thing that you don't really notice until somebody points it out. But then it's like, wow, that's kind of neat, I guess. Gives them a little boost of speed through that long hallway. So we'll see what Cutie's deciding to do.
Lovely hallway there.
Yeah, absolutely. His health is a little bit low if he wants to... If he's skipping high jump and skipping Kraid, then he probably wants some way to farm up his health. Although early on in Norfair, these enemies won't really do that much damage with gravity.
Yeah. I mean, it's not for certain that he's skipping high jump.
True. It looks like the best pairing with row 1, column 4, but I suppose it's not even guaranteed that he's doing that, as it looks like he's actually he's breaking the tube for later.
Oh, yeah,
well,
you have to if you're doing row 1. for spring ball.
Yeah, you're right. I thought it was going into Meridia. I was confused for a second.
Hmm.
Would have been a bold move. Looks like he is at least getting the E-Tank. I imagine he'll pick up high jump. No, he's just getting the E-Tank. Okay, look at that. Cutie likely going for column 5 then.
Yeah.
He hasn't been very diligent on his Brimstar missile collection, so I highly doubt he's doing that.
Yeah, and certainly not doing top left, bottom right for a myriad of reasons.
I think it was definitely an option, but he would have had to commit to it much earlier in the game.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, he would have to do a second wrecked ship in order for, to be able to get all of those criteria missiles.
You mean a third wreck ship? He had to go back to the map.
Fair enough.
Unfortunately, this room is very awkward without high jump.
Ugh.
Looks like Cutie gonna do this nice wall jump from the bottom. Gets it.
Very nice.
We'll call that first try. First try actually getting the wall jump check.
Yeah, in my mind, right side Bubble Mountain with high jump boots is way easier than people say it is, and without high jump boots is way harder than people say it is.
I mean, I don't think very many people say it's very hard with high jump, but I would tend to agree. It's a lot nicer when you have Ice Beam though, being able to freeze the waivers. But unfortunately, if he's going for Spring Ball, that is not an option.
Yeah, which, I mean, I think with this route, unless you have a pretty explicit reason, you probably wouldn't want to pick up ice anyway.
I would tend to agree with that. It does give you a way through Meridia if you want to potentially skip speed, but that's also
true.
a little bit awkward.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Cutie is more than capable of learning the Crystal Flash clip, but I don't know if he has. It's a pretty limited use tech.
Looks like BFrobber took a moment in the statue room to think of his route. Did Cutie get a statue? He didn't, right?
I don't think so. No, because he went back down Red Tower. He didn't do any Brinstar.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, really good lava dive, lava spark, by the way.
Yeah, so once again, Cutie is currently locked out of doing row 4 unless he goes back for that. Or column 4, I mean.
Yeah.
I wonder what that means. I wonder what he's got up his sleeve here. With row 1.
Yeah,
possibly
I mean,
column 5. I guess he could just get it on the way back because he needs to finish in spore spawn.
Yeah, I don't really see. I don't really expect him to do anything beyond this screw attack here in LN.
Yeah.
Does he even need to fight GT? I don't think so.
No, unfortunately, he does have to bomb jump out, and he's kind of messed up the room in order to do that. Has to do the jump of shame. I might just go into the health refill and reset the room because
I don't think this works. Unless he's trying to do something wild.
He's gonna bonk and he knows it. I don't know if even this works. I think he's still too far to the right. But we'll see. Yeah, he's bonking.
Maybe he's doing some crazy horizontal bomb jump. Oh, no.
Yeah, okay, he's gonna reset the room. I was saying he could route Croc into Lower Norfair. It looks like he's actually gonna route Lower Norfair into Croc.
I think that makes sense. That's probably a little bit faster since you just immediately hit Croc Escape.
Yeah. You have to go backward through the Acid Snake room without grapple, which is a little awkward. Don't laugh at me.
Pretty sure it's the spiky acid snake room.
My apologies.
I'm gonna mention its name every chance I get now.
The other thing is Cutie has no power bombs. That doesn't really matter, actually. But
yeah, you can refill in Chronic Boost room.
I'm surprised he didn't farm the Violas in that room, though. But I guess it doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah, so meanwhile, BFrobber, we haven't talked about him as much. He is going for one of the E-Tank goals here. Potentially row 5.
Yeah, this looks like a row 5 to me. If he
could be that like row 1, row 5, column 4.
Something like that. Could also just do row 5, column 5, column 4.
It's true. Finishing in Spore Spawn is annoying.
Yeah, that's probably worse than routing in another E-Tank. Especially since he's already got the Brintstar cleanup out of the way, so we'd have to go back a third time.
Yeah. He's being a little bit careful about his super count here. Only has 1. Unfortunately, yeah.
I was like, just jump into it.
Yeah.
But you can't, actually. He could have unmorphed there and extended his hitbox into the E-Tank, unfortunately. You don't actually need that many bombs to get to it. Like, just one double bomb jump and unmorph will get you that E-Tank.
Yeah, I think most people are not used to collecting that with a bomb jump. Just because,
definitely.
Yeah, I mean, like deboosting into the Rio is sort of the randomizer special, or off of the Rio rather. Nice spike suit. Does Cutie just blow this immediately? I guess probably.
Most likely. I don't know. I don't know where else he's using it.
Croc escape. I don't know.
Yep, there it is. Get that power bomb. It's getting closer to 40. He won't get to 40, but he's getting closer. BFrobber has collected, I think, 55 Brintstar missiles. He doesn't have a lot of missiles on hand, but I'm pretty sure he's picked up most of them.
Do you know which one he's missing?
Crate. He hasn't gotten the crate yet.
That makes sense.
I think he's gotten all the other ones, though. Or at least, I hope he does, for his sake. I don't know if he has Green Hill, but he's on his way right now. Just needs to remember Kraid Missile and he's chilling. But yeah, with no beam combo, just with the pea shooter, he's been using a lot of missiles to kill enemies. So even though he has a lot of missiles, his current missile count is pretty low. Unfortunately, we don't have the randomizer patch on, which shows your max ammo. While we're talking about little randomizer changes that are really nice quality of life, like the E-Tank boost being available before you go up the elevator.
Mm-hmm. It would be interesting to try running bingo with some of those rando changes. Don't think it would change too much.
I know there's a lot of people who suggest randomized bingo, and
it
usually come to the same conclusion that you don't want to do randomized bingo.
Yeah, the general sentiment. Oh, that's a nice short charge. The general sentiment I've heard is randomized bingo is just randomizer.
Pretty much. As it turns out, picking up specific items when you don't know where the specific item is does not make an enjoyable experience. Or, well, let me rephrase that. It doesn't make a very competitive experience.
Yeah. Going back to that Croc short charge, or Croc escape short charge Cutie did, that short charge is in contention for like the hardest useful short charge in the game. And Cutie did it with a lot of space to spare.
Not only did he do it with a lot of space to spare, he wasn't like on the very edge of the plane of the floor. He was like a couple tiles in, or like a tile and a half in. Really nice stuff from Cutie. And that should be all the Brinstar missiles from Beefy.
Yeah, and it does light up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what other ones he would have missed, so. Hopefully he doesn't immediately pick up high jump. He needs the E-Tank for row 1 and row 5, actually.
Yeah, and again, sort of for an extremely long time, Frobber has had a lot of super issues, just not getting the drops he needs generally. So he has had to miss a lot of doors.
Hasn't really had the chance to farm a whole lot.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to missile this door as well, though, here, right?
Yeah, or hope for a good drop from one of the enemies in the next room, which isn't unreasonable.
No, he almost went for it.
Like, I would farm the little fire gamer guy at the end. They have a pretty decent chance to drop supers.
Yeah, the Novas. I think they have about a 25%. Maybe a little bit lower. Like 24. I think all the drop tables in this game are out of 102, though. So, like, 24% is actually, like, 23 and a quarter or something. But I believe the drop table is 24 out of 102 supers for the Sovas. Nice jump up Bubble Mountain from Beefy, going for the strat where you start from the save room.
Yeah, I think unless you are quite adept with right side, then that strat's probably going to be faster.
Cutie is picking up all these super missiles in Meridia.
Yeah. Also showcasing Pseudo Plasma Spark Room. My absolute favorite wiki name for a room.
Pseudo Plasma Spark Room. This picking up all these super missiles makes a lot more sense for Beefy than it does for Cutie, though. But I guess Cutie still needs 25 somewhere.
Yeah. So then I guess column 5 for sure for Cutie.
Yeah, then. I think we've pretty much figured out both runners' routes here. They're both doing row 1, column 4. And then Beefy's doing row 5 while Cutie's doing column 5.
Yeah, oftentimes on crappy cards like this, it's a lot easier to figure out what the runners are doing, just because there's not as many options to choose from.
Yeah, a route like this, where, like you said, there's not a whole lot of... This whole bottom left section is just really awkward all the way around. Really, the whole left side of the card. Like, the right side synergizes really well with itself, with a lot of Meridia and the whole Crocomire grapple spring ball scenario.
Is
But
that
the rest of the
25? Or does he need
should
one
be.
more?
Well,
Okay.
actually, is that 20?
No, okay, it is
it's all
25.
it's all 15
Mhm.
plus the wreck ship and early super. That was a very late charge shot from Beefy. He got the shot in while Crocomire's mouth was closing.
So interesting that Cutie's doing Spo first before defeating Dragon.
You mean spring ball?
Yes.
Does he have to defeat Dragon?
Well, he has to get Plasma.
Does he? What if he
For
just skips it? What if he does throw 5 instead?
So,
is that viable? Actually, no, it's not really.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a lot of missiles in Brinstar to collect.
Fortunately, I think this is another thing that's changed in some randomizers. They put another grapple block above this, so you don't have to do what Cutie's doing now.
I don't think I've seen that change. What randomizer is that?
Oh, it was... I think it was the Leorin, like, in Arcade and Route Randomizer. Which Route Randomizer is very old. Was showcased in the last random league, but
yeah,
not to very positive feedback, I will not lie. A lot of people did not like it.
I let my teammates run that one.
I ran that one very hungover. But that's, once again, another topic. Cutie is able to make it up to Shaktool.
Frobber almost got that mock ball.
Well, he got the mock ball, just didn't
That's
quite
true.
get the shot on the door to get all the way through.
Yeah, he shot as though he had high jump boots, which I would imagine is how the vast majority of people are used to doing that strat.
So actually, I believe Screw Attack does not kill Shaktool. Dancer chat. Right?
That I'm confident you're correct.
Yeah, one of the weird invulnerabilities. As Cutie tried to hit Shaktool, dodging for his life. Was eventually able to land the shot. Fortunately, without high jump, that last spring ball jump actually wouldn't be high enough, so you see Cutie unmorphing and doing the ball jump.
Yeah, spring ball without high jump is more awkward than you might expect.
Yeah, as it turns out, most movement items without high jump are more awkward.
That's
than you
true.
expect. There is a reason that you don't skip high jump unless you have to in most categories in this game. As it turns out, it makes you a lot faster. And there's a lot of vertical movement going on.
Yeah.
I don't know if Cutie actually runs low percent. I think he has run low percent, but I don't know if he really grinded it.
I think he has a really good time in it, but like he is of the caliber where he can just put out a few runs and put out a really good time.
Yeah, I think that's what he did. That's why I'm saying that. I don't know if he's done a lot of low ice movement. And even then he has speed booster, so it'd be low speed movement that he's doing now.
Oh wow, yeah. His low ice time is like 1.5 hours. So no,
He probably got
he
that in like 2014 or something.
it says 3 years ago. So I'm
I'm
assuming he did like 2 runs.
I'm surprised. Yeah, that's a lot slower than I expected. Maybe you should get on that once this tournament's done.
Yeah, improve his standing on the spreadsheet.
The Edu spreadsheet. He's already got really good any percent 100% times.
Yeah.
He
Wait,
could be.
did he just spark up Red Tower?
Yes.
I love that spark so much.
Now after the super impressive short charge takes a few tries to get the gate glitch. I swear
Yeah.
it's harder with a missile though than with the super cutie.
Yeah,
The pipes up there.
It happens. Yeah, but yeah, I swear Red Tower Spark is like I swear the door transitions actually make that one easier. Because they line up pretty nicely with when you should tap.
Yeah, my personally my short charging is pretty bad, but I think Cutie is actually going for the Brinstar missiles. I don't think he actually fought
Well,
Dragon.
yeah, he didn't fight Dre, so definitely a row 5 instead. Which, yeah, I'd be curious, time-wise, how it would work out.
I think it works out better than you'd think. He still needs a lot of E-tanks, but I guess there are a lot of E-tanks in this area. So once again,
yeah,
I
so
think things just work out.
Retro Bryn, Wavegate, Waterway,
Needs one more.
Edecoons.
All
Did
right.
he already get Waterway?
No, he hasn't.
No.
Because he's entering from.
That's right.
Runbridge.
Yeah. So yeah, he has enough E-tanks just in pink and green Bryn, so he can get everything he needs here.
Yeah, just needs all those E-tanks, and then once he gets to Spore Spawn, he's done.
Yeah, it turns out there's a reason why you see Bryn clean up a lot. There's a lot of good stuff here.
Yeah, actually, both runners doing that 60 Brinstar missile tile. Kind of funny to see.
Yeah, does that mean that both our runners are
hold
doing...
on. Did Cutie get Kraid missile?
I don't know.
I don't. Oh wait, no, I remember. I saw him struggling to get into Kraid for a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Because he had to like super the blocks. Yeah, getting into Kraid with speed and no high jump is a thing.
You can do it fairly easily by running along the bottom floor for as long as you can, and then kind of doing a jump back.
Yeah.
Not super hard, but Cutie opted to just break the supers, or break the super blocks and jump across. Nice speed ball there to get back through the room. So assuming he hasn't missed anything.
Yeah, he's going to be dot dunning very shortly.
That was beefy though, to be fair.
Yeah.
He still needs plasma and spring ball, but he's not too far behind.
Yeah, I definitely advantage Cutie at this point though.
Oh, absolutely. But it's still fairly close.
Mm-hmm.
It was close the first game as well, even though we were confused as to what Beefy was doing for most of the race. He ended up pouring it within a couple minutes, and I think he's doing the same here, but unfortunately, Cutie has enough of a lead that unless something catastrophic happens, I think we are going to be seeing the 2-0 from Cutie. maybe that catastrophic something is just missing this wave gate 10 times. He's gonna get it though.
Yeah, I mean if you're using the normalized X position setup, it's almost inevitable for you to get the gate glitch, which is why I highly recommend it to everybody. I think it's not great to just YOLO it with the just like jump into the door frame, which I see a lot of people do.
I completely agree with that. It hurts so much watching people do that. It's so much worse than just lining up with the door and twisting. I guess if you don't use moonwalk, maybe there's an argument, but then there's another argument of why aren't you using moonwalk yet? It's been out it's been faster for like 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, I also think that it's like not that bad to jump against the door and then do the like wall jump check thing so that you're lined up against it. Like that's how Sloters does it.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. But fortunately, Cutie was showing off the good habits with the proper high jumpless wavegate setup.
Yeah, I guess the counter argument is I'm not going to put that much time into learning it, which if you're not a rando runner, you know, fair. It's not useful in too many circumstances.
Don't know if there's a lot of runners out there who run bingo but not rando, but you are right.
I feel like, Frobber runs a fair bit of rando, but Cutie hasn't run a ton of rando.
He was in Rando League. He made playoffs.
That's true.
He was on Sloter's team. Sloter's and Steffi.
Yeah, I mean, and I think both Sloters and Sephi, from the beginning of the Rando League to the end, improved a whole lot.
Yeah, that was a fun team to watch, and then they just kind of got owned in the first round of playoffs, but...
Heck yeah, we did.
Let's go.
It's the only time I'll ever beat any of them, so I have to remember it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Cutie has to come back to this room to... Oh, I think he had that mock ball, actually, and he springboarded out of it. But he had to come back to the early supers room to get all these missiles. And I don't know if he actually got the one in the bottom. Okay, he's going back. Okay. I was gonna say, I think he forgot one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's one of those things where it's like you expect to have gotten all of this at the beginning.
So, JD still hasn't marked off 60 for Cutie. Okay, there it is.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
Coming on stream. I was wondering if maybe he forgot like Alpha Powerbomb missile.
Oh yeah, that would be that's probably the easiest to forget overall.
Yeah, I mean, especially since he hadn't picked up the missiles in early supers yet, it was definitely reasonable that he made this decision later to go for row 5 instead of column 4. But that is going to be it. Cutie's going to finish in first place with an official race time of 47:50, and that is going to be the 2-0. Cutie is going to advance to, I believe, the semifinals.
Yeah, that's right. GG. He will be facing Zeb, so that'll be a really good matchup. Second versus third seed.
Yeah, it looks like, I don't want to speak too soon, but we may be headed for the top 4 seeds making top 4.
Yeah.
So maybe not the most interesting outcome, but definitely.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of neat upsets, and a couple not really upsets, but it's bingo, so seeding issues happen.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
This is a neat board. Neat pattern on the board though. Symmetrical.
Yeah, with a one tile in the middle especially, actually makes it really nice.
Just need Cutie to go destroy a statue and Frobber to go finish in Spospo. and
Yeah,
collect
we need
Speedball.
Beefy to not get Plasma.
Yeah.
Sorry. We're forcing a route change here. We can do that, right?
Yeah. But yeah, absolutely. GG's to Cutie. Really well run.
These are some rough cards.
Yeah. I mean, you look on it, like you just look at the time. Cutie finishing with 47.51. I would say that's definitely on the higher end, and of what you would expect from Cutie, and not even because like he didn't really make any mistakes. I don't think. Like he, there are two tiles that he got, both of them incidental. So I don't think there were any route changes or having to go back for much at all. It was just an awful card.
Yeah, it was really just the Brinstar missiles, which might have been last second routing in row 5 instead of column 4, so he got to skip out on fighting Dragon and going all the way to Plasma, and getting the statue, which would have been a little awkward to route in.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, all in all, Cutie, really nice route. Everything worked out pretty nicely.
Yeah. Again, like both these races, Beefy has put up a really good fight. Unfortunate that we didn't get a game 3 out of this, but I don't think BFrobber can walk away too upset with his performance.
Unfortunately, Beefy is going to forfeit from the race. Decided it was just a little bit too far from finishing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunate, but definitely an impressive tournament from Beefy, making it all the way to the top 8. I think he was seated lower than 8th. I don't actually remember what he was seated.
7th.
Well, that's not lower than 8, as it turns out.
Yeah.
But still?
Yeah. Yeah, for BFrobber, the tournament played out as like seeding would have it be. But yeah, I mean, top 8, like with how stacked this tournament was, top 8 is nothing to be disappointed about.
Yeah, definitely a lot of good runners underseeded, as you said.
Yeah.
Especially that, I think 24th place runner. I've heard he was pretty good.
Yeah.
Heard he won some stuff earlier.
Yeah, and then lost in round 2.
Yeah.
To a 25th seed, so kind of an upset there.
True. Anyways, we'll try to get our runners in for an interview in just a moment. Just need to
I think both of them have received the invitation.
Yeah, I guess so.
Assuming SpeedGaming is working.
Yeah, sometimes the bot just doesn't send out invitations. It's also pretty late, especially on the East Coast. It's, I believe, past midnight now.
Almost.
Not quite.
Yeah.
So not unreasonable that the runners want to just go to sleep. I know they're both in the States, but I don't know. I don't actually know where. I thought Cutie was in California though, but I could be wrong. California has a lot of people. It's a statistically decent guess.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like statistically, you don't live in New York or California, but if you had to take a wild guess between everywhere, then those are two pretty good choices. But yeah, I think unfortunately we might not be getting any interviews this time. I know Cutie's in chat.
Yeah, I assume Cutie would be joining us if he were. Hopefully, he's still listening to us. I can tell us if he got the invitation at least. Make sure that everything's working. But yeah, be sure to follow both of the runners, Cutie and Beefy, both fantastic Super Metroid players. Oh, Cutie is joining. Never mind. GG. Welcome to the interview. How you feeling?
God, those are two absolutely atrocious cards, and I like had a decision, and then like realized there was something pretty big with it partway through, in a way that like completely removed my ability to make certain choices at that time. So then I ended up with 3 just horrible choices both races on an already pretty bad card. The hard part with this one was the criteria missiles in the middle, right? And it's always it's attached to some really bad stuff. Defeat Ridley sucks. Meridia Criteria Elevator with Criteria Missiles also sucks because you want to do the Criteria Missiles after Fantoon. And you also want to do Meridia Criteria Elevator after Fantoon. And then Visit the Critters with 40 Criteria also kind of sucks. Because you'd have to like either do 2 like Bryn loops, or you like would go through Gauntlet and like come down Retro, I guess, and then you'd have to make another Bryn trip anyway. I guess that's probably how you'd do it. You'd go through Gauntlet, come down Retro for Criteria Missiles. And then because like Visit the Critters is double Bryn anyway, so you'd want to do your second Bryn visit last. But routing that with Criteria Missiles also sucks because you have to go back up to the card just felt really bad, and I don't think I was able to think very well while I was playing, basically. Because originally I had like row 4 with like row 1, so I thought, okay, screw attack, 40 power bombs, not a big deal. I have grapple, so I'm already getting croc. I could actually potentially, I think, what was it? Originally I had like BLTR row 4, like row 1 or something. But that just destroy 1 statue, Meridia Criteria Elevator also sucks because you want to be doing destroy 1 statue. At the same time you'd want to be doing Criteria Meridia Elevator. So maybe, I guess you would go column 3, BLTR seems pretty good, and you would destroy the statue on second trip visiting the critters, and then it's a third one to pair it with. So what?
Yeah, we were potentially looking at a BLTR for this card.
Yeah, I think
a good way to route it in, but
just the goals themselves are like whatever, but just like the way they're positioned on the card just like makes every option I could think of just feel really bad.
Yeah, definitely a feels bad card. Like I think no matter what you do, there's something very awkward.
Yeah, like I guess what, like column 3 BLTR row 1 maybe the screw attack dip sucks, but you're not skipping high jump there at least. And then actually that actually routes in pretty nice if you Crystal Flash Clip. Now that I look at that, if you Crystal Flash Clip, that's super fast because you would just take Meridia Criteria Elevator to down to Bryn Star. You grab like high jump speed booster. Actually, do you even need speed booster? For 8 E-tanks, you probably want it. But you might not even need to do that. Actually, now that I look at it, you could probably just go. You'd probably want high jump for the high jump E-tank, but you'd grab like high jump E-tank and high jump, and then you'd probably just skip speed booster. You need speed booster for the critters, so you grab high jump, speed booster, Crystal Flash Clip, the spring ball, and then you would just go and visit the critters, destroy your statue, and grab the Criteria Missiles. Yeah, you'd probably visit the critters, go up Retro through Gauntlet, and end up destroying your statue, I guess. The screw attack dip sucks with that, but I think that's probably the best on the card. BLTR, column 3, row 1.
Yeah, interesting. But
it's hard to think and play at the same time, especially when when you want to when you're trying to like change what you have and also trying to like keep in mind what you're trying to do. But yeah, that suggestion really is depending on how comfortable you are with that crystal flash clip. So otherwise
someone like Zeb doing it.
I've practiced it. It's actually not too bad. I didn't want to do it in this one, which is why I grabbed the grapple beam, because I figured if I'm killing Croc and grabbing the power bomb anyway, might as well just grab grapple here for safety.
Yeah, but speaking of Zeb, I believe that will be your opponent in the semifinals. So, taking you away from the card, but how are you feeling about that matchup? What are your thoughts?
I think it'll be a good matchup. I don't know. I feel like as long as the cards aren't, I feel like I play bad cards really bad. But if it's like an all right card, I feel like I usually find something that is good enough. But I definitely do feel like I play bad cards extremely bad. So hopefully I get some all right ones at least.
Yeah. Well, best of luck to you in that matchup. I'm certainly going to do my best to tune in. I think that one will be really good.
I completely agree. But I think that is all I really have to say. We got two pretty horrid cards. And I don't necessarily think I made the best choice on that first one either. I just had an idea for something that was pretty alright, and then I grabbed Charge Beam on accident. I was going to do row 5. And the only thing that sucked about row 5 was when I was going to grab the Meridia map, I would have just had to go grab the Meridia Criteria elevator, then just come straight back, which did suck, but that's better than having to do Criteria missiles and fight Spore Spawn. And so I think that would have been a couple minutes faster than what I ended up doing. And I had that chosen like by Series Ridley. And then I get to Red Tower, I'm just like, oh, I grabbed Charge Beam. I can't do this. And I've not looked at the card since. So I have no clue what the heck's on the card. So that's why I made the option to the column 2 in the first race. But column 2 was oof.
Yeah, I think both you and Frobber with that first card had a lot of trouble figuring out what to do. I think it's quite possible.
I've never seen this much Lower Norfair on 2 cards in a row.
Yeah.
Like, both cards just like screamed Ridley. And I was like, as soon as I look at this card, I'm just like, TLBR, I'm doing the same thing I did last time. Like, this is the first row. Like, okay, screw attack Ridley, cool. 40 crate. Oh, I'm basically just doing the same thing I did last race.
Yeah.
Okay. Not doing that. Because that didn't go very well. And so it was, these were 2 like really heavy Lower Norfair cards with like, yeah. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Hopefully I don't get garbage cards next time.
Well, best of luck to you with the card spawn and your performance in the next race versus Zeb. Be sure to go follow both of these runners. Go follow ARealCutie.
Thank you very much.
Go follow BFrobber. And if you would be so kind, follow the broadcasting team as well. We've had Just Defend doing tracking for this race, doing a great job with it, as well as Derp and myself, Glove, on commentary. And with all of that out of the way, it's going to be all from us here at SpeedGaming. We'll see you next mission.